As Jin of BTS continues to dominate headlines and international charts with his solo career, whispers are growing louder. Is HYBE silently placing all its bets on Jin while the other members serve in the military? This burning question is circulating rapidly among fans and industry insiders alike after Jin was crowned the top idol on Forbes Korea's Brand Ambassador Impact rankings. It's not just the title that has people talking. Jin's solo world tour, running Seokjin Tour, spanned 18 cities, saw more than 217,000 fans in attendance, and raked in over $32.5 million in revenue. All of this while the rest of BTS remains largely inactive due to enlistment duties. Observers are starting to wonder, has Jin become HYBE's safety net? Or worse, their only commercial hope during BTS's temporary fragmentation? While Jin's talent, charisma, and fan loyalty are undisputed, the sharp rise in brand partnerships assigned solely to him, Gucci, Fred Jewelry, Alo Yoga, and even Dongwon Tuna, paints a picture of strategic concentration. From luxury campaigns in Paris to quirky, down-to-earth tuna commercials that play into his super tuna legacy, HYBE seems to be diversifying his image across all consumer categories and doing so with fierce consistency. But not everyone sees this as mere coincidence. Online forums and fan threads are now filled with theories that HYBE is overexposing Jin at the cost of other members, possibly creating unspoken pressure for him to carry the weight of BTS's branding in their absence. A viral thread on X read, "It's almost like HYBE is afraid the group will fade unless Jin remains everywhere." But is that fair to Jin? The emotional toll of such responsibility hasn't gone unnoticed either. In his recent post-tour message, Jin briefly mentioned feeling the weight of expectations and thanked armies for allowing him to stand alone without feeling lonely. For many, this subtle message felt like a glimpse into the intense burden he may be carrying. Yet despite the speculation, Jin continues to deliver. His second mini-album Echo topped charts globally and received critical acclaim for its heartfelt lyricism and genre-defying sound. And even in interviews, he maintains his humility, deflecting praise, highlighting the importance of his members, and often reassuring fans that BTS is never truly apart. Still, it's impossible to ignore the optics. Jin is at the forefront of every campaign, every media appearance, and every performance. While other members serve their nation, Jin appears to be serving both BTS's legacy and HYBE's commercial ambitions. Whether this dynamic is the result of genuine confidence in Jin's unmatched appeal or a calculated business move by HYBE is still up for debate. But one thing is clear, the world is watching, and so are the fans. And if Jin is truly being asked to bear the entire weight of the BTS brand, it's time someone made sure he isn't carrying it alone. As news of Jin topping Forbes Korea's Brand Ambassador rankings ricocheted across the internet, fans responded with a mix of admiration and concern. The dominant narrative, immense pride in Jin's success, but a growing unease that he may be fighting a silent battle alone on platforms like Weverse and TikTok. The hashtag #JinPact trended globally for 48 hours straight. Fan edits flooded timelines, from his epic finale at Ziggo Dome to his poised elegance in Gucci's Paris campaign. One particularly viral comment read, "Jin isn't just the face of brands. He's the face of BTS right now. And he's doing it with grace, power, and so much love for the others." However, not all reactions were celebratory. A subset of fans, particularly longtime OT7 supporters, voiced growing skepticism about HYBE's strategy. "This looks like favoritism, even if Jin deserves it." One fan argued on Reddit, "They're setting him up as the group's public pillar, which might fracture dynamics later if not handled sensitively." Another pointed out, Jin didn't ask to be the solo frontliner. He's doing this for BTS, not for ego. Industry experts have taken note of the trend too. Park Ji-hoon, a media analyst at K-pop Insight Weekly, told New Seoul, "The data shows a heavy PR and commercial push behind Jin. It's efficient, yes, but relying too much on one member during group hiatuses is like balancing on one leg, risky if that leg gets tired." He further noted that no contingency seems visible for when Jin takes a break himself. In a recent behind-the-scenes documentary posted on HYBE's YouTube channel, Jin's candid offstage demeanor surprised many. Caught in a quiet moment backstage, he was heard telling a staff member, "I want to make everyone proud, but sometimes I miss being one of 7. That moment, only seconds long, has since been dissected endlessly by fans as a rare peek into the emotional weight he carries. Critics of HYBE's brand strategy have also questioned the long-term implications of this approach. while Jin's versatility, from emotional ballads to comedic brand content, keeps him in the spotlight. Overexposure is a real risk. The pressure to stay relevant while representing an entire global fandom alone may eventually clash with his personal well-being. Still, Jin shows no signs of slowing down. Sources close to HYBE confirm that more campaigns are planned for late 2025, including a rumored ambassador role for a global skincare giant and another secret music collaboration to follow up Echo. Rumors also swirl that Jin may be co-producing a documentary on his tour experience, exploring fame, isolation, and the burden of being the face of a sleeping giant. And yet, through it all, Jin remains consistent, kind, humble, funny, and staggeringly talented. Whether on Fallon's stage, a TikTok dance challenge, or a global campaign, he radiates not just professionalism but warmth. To many, this is exactly why HYBE chose him. To others, it's exactly why he deserves protection. Even as the world marvels at Jin's ironclad discipline and star power, some can't help but wonder, at what cost does this calm come? Behind every polished red carpet look and carefully orchestrated campaign shoot, there are whispers of exhaustion, whispers that no global ranking can silence. Sources close to the production team of running Seokjin tour hinted that Jin would often stay behind after rehearsals, reviewing footage alone, not to critique, but to understand how much more he could give. One team member recalled, "He kept asking us, 'Do you think ARMY will feel loved from this part?' He didn't ask if it was perfect, he asked if it would comfort someone." This is the essence of Jin's branding. Less about domination, more about connection, but even a diamond cracks under pressure. While Jin has never spoken ill of the burdens he carries, his increasing appearances, alone, in luxury ambassador roles or interviews without the other members, have fans feeling an emotional disconnect. Not from him, but for him. "I miss the loud Jin who used to scream at the camera with Jungkook," one user posted. Now he smiles, but it doesn't always reach his eyes. On Korean television, a psychologist analyzing celebrity mental health pointed out that the most dangerous kind of burnout isn't explosive, it's invisible. The entertainers who function so well, always smiling, always graceful, are often the ones suppressing the most. Their silence is their sacrifice. HYBE has yet to respond to growing calls for more support mechanisms for solo members, especially Jin. While the company continues to enjoy global success through Jin's ambassadorships and record-breaking tour earnings, the emotional toll remains undocumented, except in the quiet eyes of fans who see it. Jin's current journey doesn't just reflect his own growth. It casts a long shadow over the group's current fragmentation. Jungkook and Jimin are completing their military duties. RM and Suga are pursuing quiet creative work. J-Hope has hinted at personal struggles. And V is testing his limits in fashion and acting. But in the center of it all, it's Jin who remains visible, Jin who is asked to smile, Jin who is sent to every red carpet, show, and handshake. He is the eldest, not by force, but by nature. And the responsibility that comes with that is as heavy as the cheers that follow him. As the headlines continue to praise him. Jin breaks records, Jin stuns in Paris. Jin, the luxury king. There's a growing hunger for one headline that still hasn't come. Jin takes time for himself. Because fans don't just want to see him win. They want to see him rest. Until then, they'll keep watching. They'll keep cheering. But in their hearts, they'll also be whispering, "Are you really okay, Seokjin?" And they hope that one day, someone at the top of HYBE asks him the same.